Hello everybody, my name is CrossVee and welcome to Talks Across. Now, let's start talking. First up, I just want to say we're almost 200 subscribers and that's pretty fucking cool. If we do hit 100 subscribers, I will be going to MomoCon for all 4 days. And I will also be cosplaying as my avatar character here, art by Kelora, and I'll be vlogging all 4 days. I will probably still go to MomoCon, but I'll probably not record it or might not do the full thing. But if we do get 100 subscribers, I will cosplay as Zoe, go for all 4 days, and vlog the entire experience. So our 3 topics for today, we're going to start off with the first one, which is an announcement made by Heart Machine recently. They recently put out a confirmation reveal trailer for their newest game, Hyperlight Breaker. For all those who don't know, Heart Machine is known for games such as Hyperlight Drifter and Solar Ash, both phenomenal games, and I recommend going and trying those games out on Steam, except the Solar Ash is only available on the Epic Games Store and the PSN. Solar Ash, I actually have a video coming up this month about it. Subscribe, hit the bell if you haven't, so you'll know when this video comes up. I have an entire video dedicated to Solar Ash and why I love it and why I think it deserves a bit more attention than what it actually got. And Solar Ash being their first foray into the 3D realm, as Hyperlight Drifter was a 2-dimensional game. Solar Ash being its first 3D open exploration game, and they did a fantastic job in my opinion on it. And to see them expressing more in this 3-dimensional field is really cool. And now it seems as though all that dedication and evolution they put in from Hyperlight Drifter to Solar Ash is now translating to a sort of new experience that takes place in the Hyperlight universe. But the game seems to look really good. It's a huge step up from what Solar Ash was. Solar Ash looked good and accomplished what they were trying to do, but it seems as though Hyperlight Drifter, they're taking another giant step with how they're trying to make this game, and it appears to be working for them. We don't have much gameplay at all. There's just a GIF on the Steam page. I'll probably put the GIF up right here. That's really all we have of gameplay and a sight from inside of the game world, inside of the game engine, at the end of the trailer. But besides that, that's all we've gotten. We do know the game will have co-op elements, exploring this open world, gathering resources and such to upgrade and protect your settlement from hordes and enemies and more. It's probably going to take the fast-paced, fluid-like nature of Solar Ash based on what I've seen here, and mix it with the combat style of Hyperlight Drifter. And of course the setting and stuff will change to be more in the Hyperlight setting. And I'm excited to see what they do with it. Really, as I'm working on the Solar Ash video, they dropped the trailer and I'm like, oh, what's this? And then I look it up on Twitter. No one saw the trailer just yet. I just happened to swing by it because I was doing research, and it was just there, and it looked badass. The cinematic that they had, the animated cinematic, looked fucking amazing. I'm gonna just flash to it for now. I'm not going to play the whole cinematic, but if you want to see the complete cinematic, the link to the cinematic itself is in the description, or just look up Hyperlight Breaker. I'm sure you'll find it. But overall, it is a game that I'm excited to see and see how far they take what they've learned from Solar Ash and push it further into the Hyperlight universe. A lot of things that I saw that some people were excited for was just the expanding of the Hyperlight universe itself. It gives a chance for Heart Machine to expand the Hyperlight universe and talk more about what's in it and do things that they couldn't do with the first game, either to limitations of the game engine or what they were trying to do with the project itself. But now that they are taking this bigger step for a fully explorable 3D world, the possibilities are endless on how they want to tell this story, and I'm super excited for what they do. Next up isn't really a topic, but just something I wanted to talk about. Ghostwire Tokyo. It's a game that came out, and I really like it. The game came out, and I was anticipating it, but I had no clue when it was coming out. I had just tuned it out of my mind for some reason. When it first was revealed, I was like, this is sick as fuck. And then I hadn't heard anything about it. I didn't keep up with it, and it just dropped. And I'm like, new game. And I pulled out my wallet, bought the game, and I just started playing it. I actually really fucking love it. I wanted to do a full video on it, but unfortunately my computer can't run it that great, and I don't want to record footage that isn't that good looking, or isn't good to look at. I don't want to bog down the video experience because my computer can't fully run the game and showcase how good the game looks. Because I've seen what the game is capable of looking like, and it looks fantastic visually. It looks pretty good for what I can run with, and I can only imagine experiencing what it fully runs with at first hand. But I just really wanted to talk about this game just for a brief moment, because I know I won't be able to do a full video. Oh, I can, but I don't know if I don't want to. I really like Ghostwire Tokyo. From its story to its gameplay to its world and how it just works and flows all together. It's been a long time since I've sat down and played an open world game. Open world game like Ghostwire Tokyo. The story is very compelling. You play as this titular hero here, and he is basically one of the, or at least where I am right now, he is the last human alive currently in Tokyo, as there is currently a mass, I guess you could say, soul exodus, where everyone has been swept away by this mist and is basically being sacrificed. I have not gotten too far into the story to talk too much about it, and I don't want to even spoil or anything. But you become possessed by an individual named KK, who is trying to hunt down these masked individuals, and you gain his powers, and you're able to go all throughout Tokyo and basically try and free as many souls as possible and try and save your sister, who has been kidnapped by these masked individuals. The game accentuates itself with the gameplay itself. It's very active, action adventure oriented. You're going to be exploring throughout Tokyo, finding these torii gates, cleansing them to open up more spaces on the map, finding collectibles and enhancing your character with upgrades across the skill tree. And overall, just the gameplay feels good. Going around and slaying all of these demons and such feels good. The demons are also called visitors, by the way. It's very cool. One of the coolest moments for me when I was playing the game, unfortunately I don't have footage of it, was when I was just roaming about through the open world, and I saw the mist from the beginning, and it was, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called the Death Parade. Oh god, I can't remember. I'll put up the actual word above me. But it was just, they were just roaming around the map, and being able to see that and actively have to hide in the side of the streets was such a great moment for me, as I had to wait and just watch it pass by and hope they didn't see me and get caught up in it, because it looks terrifying. I have no clue what actually happens if I get caught, or if it's even a threat at all. But the fact that it is roaming around the map and that I can run into it actively is so cool to me. Our third topic is more of a real topic. Rivals of Aether just got its recent direct, and we got a bunch of new reveals, in fact, about the game. Rivals of Aether has announced, if I'm correct, 2 new games, and that Orkane and Crag will be joining a different game called Framemakers. We're going to just take a look at the 2 announced games. Rivals of Aether 2 is the sequel to Rivals of Aether, a 2D platform brawler created and manned by Dan Fornes and his team. Everyone over there at Aether Studios. They've created Rivals of Aether, Lovers of Aether, and Creatures of Aether, all 3 games that take place within the Rivals universe, so to speak. Rivals of Aether 2 is the direct sequel to Rivals of Aether, being a 3-dimensional 2D platform fighter, taking a lot of cues from Smash, but it seems as though it is trying to put in a little extra spin on it. Specifically what I've seen, they seem to have a combo breaker mechanic similar to that of Killer Instinct, but mostly from the grabs. And Rivals of Aether itself was a fantastic game, currently is and has been thriving and still is, based, thanks to its community update, allowing people to make custom characters and all of that, pushing the game even further. In fact, just recently, I think a few months ago, 4 community characters were essentially fleshed out, pushed further, and made part of the main roster of the game, and it's latest update, and they're currently still getting balanced. Characters that we have confirmed are Zetaburn, Rano, or Rano, I think it's Rano, and Raster. They all seem to be really cool and work very fluidly with their kit, and I'm excited to see where the game goes, and maybe one day we'll get a hands-on demo or a tech demo or something at a convention or something like, and we can see how the game actually feels to play. And I'm sure it's going to feel amazingly to play. Next, we have Dungeons of Aether, a spin-off game taking place within the Rivals of Aether universe, similarly to the Creatures of Aether, which is also a free sort of card game that you can go play today, in fact. But Dungeons of Aether seems to be a roguelike that takes place within the Rivals of Aether universe. Yeah, it was just announced recently at the event, and it's coming in October 25th. Oh, by the way, the Rivals of Aether 2 will be coming out next year sometime. We know 2023, and that's really it. But Dungeons of Aether is a turn-based dungeon crawler that is what's called... Dungeons of Aether is a turn-based dungeon crawler that's going to be that's going to take from roguelike mechanics. There were 4 unique characters that you can control and delve into these dungeons and take on different challenges. I'm not too sure of what we can fully expect. The Steam page shows off some screenshots and some gameplay and talks about the characters, but it seems as though we can expect a sort of top-down, sort of board-esque roguelite where you control the characters across multiple dungeons. It's sort of a tile-based format, fighting creatures whenever you come across them, collecting loot, all of that, and it seems as though it's going to be just a good spin-off game for the Rivals of Aether universe, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. I'm sure it's going to be great. I don't expect any short of quality from Aether Studios at this point. Every title they seem to put out just seems to be fucking fantastic. Actually, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and ring the bell. It really does help me bring you guys even bigger and better videos. And as per usual, my name is CrossVee, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.